That San Francisco defense, I guess, what sort of problems can it present?
I think problems on all three levels. The pass rush, you see those guys getting off the ball. Then the linebackers, Warner obviously makes plays all over the field, sideline to sideline, pass game, run game, shooting gaps, in coverage, tackling screens. And then at the third level, they challenge guys in the back end, tracking the ball skills. So there's a reason the defense has put up the numbers they put up and performed the way they performed, really because of the way they execute and the guys they have and the way they play.
Big Brent, when a defense like that loses one of their top guys, like Bosa, is the first quarter so a little bit of a projection how they'll adjust not having a weapon like that?
A little bit, but at the same time, defenses are rotating guys, especially at the defensive line position. So it's not like there are no snaps from previous games where Bosa hasn't been on the field. So you expect things to be a little bit similar, a little bit different in some regards, but it's not like losing a quarterback or something on offense where your every single snap is a complete overhaul of the offense. Certainly his loss will be felt because he's such a phenomenal player, but you feel things out, but you've seen a little bit of how the defense looks without him out there.
I'm sure this might change from game to game, but what's the key to making sure that the passing game is in rhythm, just being able to steadily build on that throughout a game?
Yeah, a lot of that's on us as coaches, putting together a plan first and foremost that gets guys touches, gets easy completion, gets guys in space for run after the catch. So getting those things from the beginning of the game all the way throughout third quarter into the end of the game creates that progression for guys to settle in and then have success as the game goes on. So it starts with the plan, and then it's the guys' mastery of the plan and going out and executing it really is the key to be able to get that thing to progress.
How have you thought Travis Hunter's handled his usage on offense so far? And I think Liam Cohen talked a little bit about how the coaches could help him, I guess, take more of a load on and be comfortable out there.
Absolutely, I would agree that we can help him in a lot of ways, not just the mental load in terms of lining up, shifts, motions, what route he has, what his assignment is, what the different adjustments off those things are, but also trying to help him with the technique and some of those development things, learning to play the position and run different routes that he's run before by trying to refine down and limit some of that, and at the same time keep things really clean, black and white when we're able to. It's not always going to be black and white for him. There are different coverages, different looks, different challenges that the defense can pose, so we try to limit that as much as we can so that way he can get really good at the things that we know he's going to do. But at the same time, give him the answers when those unknowns and those variables show up that cause things to change. So I think it starts with our plan as coaches, trying to refine it down for him, and then his preparation throughout the week has been great and really embracing the game plan, and trying to do extra so he feels comfortable and is able to play fast on Sunday.
Is there a belief that the drop situation is kind of fluky and that it'll be resolved confidence-wise, or like, is there more of an emphasis now on making sure that you're focusing on the drops?
We're always trying to evaluate the things we need to improve on, so we've adjusted some of the things that we do in terms of ball skills, catching, before practice, during practice, post-practice, and we'll continue to evolve with whether it's something we're successful at or whether it's something we're struggling with. We're always looking for ways to try to improve our processes and the way we practice, whether it's new drills, new techniques, new fundamentals, or just the way we teach certain things. So we've certainly done that with the drops and try to give guys different opportunities and different looks at catches, different drills, all those things. But that's really the same for any fundamental they see on the field. It could be the same for blocking, could be the same for different route running, for reads for the running backs. We're always trying to look at how can we improve those things that show up on Sunday.
Liam and Trevor both mentioned having to be patient against this defense. How do you kind of balance that with being aggressive when you need to be and knowing when to take your shots?
I think hopefully we build a plan where you find those aggressive opportunities within the plan, where you're not going outside of the scheme and trying to force something that's not there. There are going to be extended plays, and that's awesome that Trevor can do that with his feet, and all the guys can really do that by breaking tackles, run after the catch. All of those things create explosives that might not be within the scheme, but we will be able to build the plan in a way where we have productive plays, efficient plays, and then when the explosive opportunities present themselves, we can capitalize on those.
When Trevor scrambles like he did in that play last week, can that be something that kind of ignites an offense that's maybe in neutral?
Absolutely. I think the guys love to see that effort that he put out there first and foremost, the demeanor and the attitude with which he ran the ball, but also the fact that he took us from a play that might not have been a great play, maybe they had things covered or things broke down, and he can make something out of nothing. That's an advantage for us when it's third down, first quarter, fourth quarter.
What kind of value does Tim Patrick have being able to play different spots in a pinch like he did against Houston?
A ton of value. Not only can he play a bunch of different spots, mentally able to handle the different receiver positions, can line up inside, outside, but physically he can do a bunch of different things. You see him in the run game, finishing blocks, in the pass game, chipping and then protect, getting out on routes. Great run after the catch that you guys saw on Sunday. So can get down the field, in cut, out cut, all those different things. Provides a bunch of versatility for a guy in his position where really, like you said, he's playing all those spots across the entire field.
I have a two-part question for you. Has illegal shift been your absolutely most hated phrase in 2025 so far? Are you just sick of hearing that?
It's definitely up there, but at the same time, we're accountable for those mistakes, so we're doing everything we can to address those, but it's certainly up there. I probably wouldn't use the word hate, but it's not my favorite, that's for sure.
We asked Trevor yesterday, as far as why is that call being called so much, as far as is it just because it's a new offensive scheme, is it just officials cracking down on it, or is it, these guys are so young, what are you seeing as the offensive coordinator?
Well, each one is a little bit different. There's not all the same mistake happening every single time. At the same time, we got to address those mistakes as coaches and try to put guys, just like we talked about the Travis question, put guys in a position where they can go out there, play fast, execute, line up, without having to think about those things and worry about some of those shifts and motions that have caused those illegal shifts. And then the preparation from the guys and the coaches included throughout the week to master the plan and understand those different things we do. So each one has been different. Some of them have been guys lining up and moving late. Some of the guys have been lining up wrong. Some of them have been guys breaking the huddle wrong. Some of them have been an adjustment that we don't get communicated correctly. So it just takes one guy off to cause that issue. So we have to all be on the same page and really emphasize clear communication and execution.
If Diami can't go this week, how important is Parker Washington to kind of fill in that gap?
Parker is absolutely important to fill Diami's gap, but he would be important probably without Diami out there. I mean, he's made plays when he's had opportunities, and I think the way he's worked will continue to progress. He'll continue to have opportunities to make plays.
All right, thanks, Grant.